Hello, Matrix team members. My name is Jennifer Allen. I am 41 years old, and I'm from Locust, North Carolina. I have been doing hair for 23 plus years. I love everything about it. I am also a mom of three. Um, my daughter is 19, my son is about to be 16, and my youngest is 11. Um, I started in a salon when I was 15 years old as an assistant. At the time, I did not know that I wanted to do hair. So definitely took a completely different path than I thought I would. But I love every second of my job, even on the hard and bad days. Because let's face it, clients can be very difficult sometimes. But with that being said, my main goal is to make everyone that sits in my chair feel beautiful and relaxed and ready to conquer the world with their new selves. Over the years, Matrix has definitely been a part of my life. Let's face it, I'm from the South and no one likes to have gray roots. So Matrix 500 series has definitely been my go-to when trying to cover those stubborn grays. It is amazing. And then also when you guys came out with the 10-minute 500 series. A lot of my ladies come in here on their lunch break, and some guys, and they need that quick touch up and get back to work. So that 10-minute series has definitely been a huge deal for me. Also, our blondes. We have a ton of blondes. I do a ton of foils every week. Some days that's all I feel like I do is foil the hair. But the So Silver and the Brass Off for at-home maintenance has been amazing, especially around here where we have well water. Maybe 50 to 60% of our homes have well water, and it's completely harsh on the hair. And let's face it, our blonde likes to turn brassy with the well water, mine included. But the Brass Off has definitely saved my life on that. Today I actually will be doing my niece's hair. She is almost 16 years old as well. Let's face it, she doesn't get her hair done very often, maybe every 6 months, so she has probably a good 4 to 5 inches of outgrowth. I'm going to be doing a root touch up on her, a partial. We're going to be blending what she previously had to her new growth. I also will be toning it with the Matrix Tonal Series. I have my own special combination, which I will throw in as a picture later with all my formulas. And as I go, I will talk to you about what I'm doing and my foil placement and my patterns. She has incredibly long hair, so it does take me a little bit, so I will probably speed up the video quite a bit, and then at the end I will show you her results. I really appreciate the email and the consideration to join your team. I look forward to hearing from you guys, and let's get started with doing her hair. I am now done with the back section of the hair. I will be moving on to the sides as we do a face framing technique. We now have the sides of her hair foiled. Just some quick little face framing highlights. As we move to the top of the head, we have sectioned her in a mohawk section, because she likes to part her hair down the middle like most teenagers do. So the way I like to start, I start in the back at the top of the head, and I take a 1/4 of an inch parting, pull that down, and then I will slice that and proceed to weave out micro highlights. You over direction the hair so that you can get that foil as close to the scalp as possible, and it helps to prevent bleed marks as well. I like to go back because I've created a nice little envelope right here. I'll reposition my foiling comb, push it down, pull it backwards. That really ensures that I have gotten it all the way to the scalp. I will come in here again with another 1/4 inch parting. Again, slice it to make that parting even smaller. I like to take small, thin sections, which again helps prevent bleeding and making sure that that highlight is going to get as close to the scalp as it possibly can. I will repeat this process till I get to the middle section of the hair, and then I will reverse directions. That way we're not over directing the hair, so we do not have a severe line in the front. We have now finished the back section, and we're moving on to the front and final piece of our highlights. Now her hairline moves in a very awkward direction, so I'm actually going to break this up into 2 different pieces so that we have an even distribution of the highlights. So I'll start right here at an angle at her peak and pull a section out. Again, typically about 1/4 of an inch thick. As I'm applying the lightener, I only go down to where the new growth stops, and then I take my brush and lightly pencil to make sure that it blends. We do not want overlapping, therefore, which will not cause any breakage. Again, I like to over direct the piece of hair, and since the section is thin enough, you will get straight to the scalp. I want to make sure that that foil is nice and flush with the scalp. Again, you just go down to where the new growth stops, take your brush at a side angle and just, what I like to call penciling it, just to make sure that it's going to blend and there won't be a line of demarcation. Since we had to go 2 foils in the next one, I like to take a really thin layer right above that as we foil, so that as the hair lays and she parts it, it will lay evenly and symmetrically. Very particular when it comes to my blondes, and especially overlapping bleach, because I think one of the biggest issues with blondes nowadays is breakage, and if we can avoid it, we're going to avoid it at all costs. We will repeat this process until we have met our last foil that we did in the opposite direction. So, as my client is processing, I have decided I'm going to mix her toner. We are not doing a platinum card on her. As I stated earlier, we are simply just doing a nice, pretty blonde retouch. And as I also stated in my introduction video, I have my own special concoction when it comes to toning her hair. I don't want too much warmth, and I don't want too much ash. I just need it to just be a basic, natural, pretty blonde. So what I'm going to use is equal parts of 8P, which is right here, 10N, and I like to do a little bit of 9GV. I like to put the gold in there as a reflection. You put too much ash and the hair tends to get very matte looking, and it dulls it out. But if you do add a little bit of G into your tonal formulas, I feel that the outcome is much brighter and bold. So like I said, we're going to do equal parts. I'm doing a ½ an ounce each. Since we only did a partial highlight, and her hair is not very thick, it's not going to take a whole lot. So I do a ½ an ounce of each, which means I'm going to use 1½ ounces of developer as well. I will apply this while I am at the sink. I will let this sit anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how I feel the color is coming up at the bowl. We will then proceed to rinse with Educator just to make sure that there is no damage to the hair, followed up by Food for Soul as conditioning treatments. We all know bleach is very drying to the hair, so if we add a little extra moisture in there, we have the best outcome possible. Oh, I also forgot to mention I will be shampooing her with brass off, just as a precaution to make sure there's no extra brassiness in the hair. I will send her home with a bottle of brass off and a color conditioner from Matrix as well.